Russia clearly understands that the presence of American submarines is not necessarily a sign of impending war, but rather a political message, one that conveys strength and readiness, a strategy Russia itself often employs. With its vast nuclear arsenal, sophisticated surveillance systems, and decades of experience in deterrence strategies, Russia doesn't react impulsively. Instead, it chooses to watch silently and maintain strategic equilibrium. So is this silence a sign of quiet confidence or a calm before a stronger, more forceful response? According to Western military analysts, US nuclear submarines have been appearing in strategic waters like the North Atlantic, the Arctic, and the North Pacific regions that allow rapid access to critical targets in case of emergency. This maneuver is widely seen as a deterrent move, underscoring a firm commitment to protecting national interests while sending a powerful message to Russia and the international community. Such redeployments don't necessarily signal preparations for war. Instead, they are meant to strengthen defensive posture and minimize the risk of miscalculation by adversaries. At the same time, this approach reflects a blended strategy of military readiness and strategic communication, using presence and positioning as a form of pressure without resorting to direct combat. America's strategic nuclear submarines, especially the SSBN class known as submarine-launched ballistic nuclear vessels, are a central element in the United States' nuclear triad, the core framework of its modern national security strategy. This triad consists of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, strategic bombers capable of carrying and deploying nuclear weapons, and ballistic missile submarines, SLBMs, operating silently beneath the sea. Among these, SSBNs play a crucial role in ensuring second strike capability, a vital concept in U.S. nuclear deterrence policy. This means that even if an enemy launches a first strike nuclear attack, the U.S. still retains sufficient submerged firepower to deliver a devastating retaliatory blow from beneath the ocean's surface. Unlike weapons designed for preemptive attack, SSBNs are not intended to strike first. Their operational doctrine is based on stealth mobility and low detectability. Operating deep beneath the ocean allows them to avoid destruction in an initial strike while continuously posing a credible threat to any potential aggressor. It is this operational secrecy and unpredictability that make the U.S. nuclear submarine force a foundational pillar of global nuclear deterrence, offering a strategic advantage that helps preserve peace through the power of deterrence. In August 2025, U.S. President Donald Trump ordered the deployment of 2 nuclear submarines near the Russian border. This move was widely viewed as symbolic, a strong political deterrence signal, rather than a fundamental shift in U.S. naval operations. Specifically, these strategic submarines, SSBNs, typically depart from bases like Kings Bay in Georgia or Bangor in Washington, then quietly navigate to classified strategic patrol zones in international waters, critical regions whose exact locations are kept entirely confidential. Throughout their mission, these submarines maintain strict communication silence, receiving only emergency orders through specially encrypted signals from U.S. Strategic Command STRATCOM. This approach ensures they stay in a constant state of readiness while preserving maximum operational secrecy. Notably, areas like the North Atlantic, Arctic, and North Pacific are often chosen for patrol due to 2 key factors: their effective missile range to high-value adversary targets, and their complex underwater geography and harsh weather, which make locating U.S. subs almost impossible. This doctrine of remaining completely hidden in the vast ocean, combined with the ability to launch devastating strikes in an instant, has made SSBNs one of the most elusive yet formidable instruments of U.S. military power. So how has Russia responded to this silent yet powerful show of force beneath the waves in order to protect its strategic interests and preserve maritime balance? Following the deployment of U.S. nuclear submarines near key maritime zones, Russian leadership responded swiftly. The Kremlin labeled the move a deliberate and calculated provocation and confirmed that its military had raised alert levels for all unusual naval activity in the region. Russian radar sonar and satellite monitoring systems were reportedly reconfigured to focus more closely on detecting undersea movement, particularly in the Arctic, an area Moscow considers a strategic backyard. Russia's reaction wasn't limited to rhetoric. Concrete actions followed. It stepped up deployment of its Yasin-class attack submarines, a next-generation fleet armed with Kaliber cruise missiles and advanced anti-submarine warfare capabilities. It expanded large-scale naval exercises, especially in the Barents Sea and North Pacific, signaling readiness for confrontation if necessary. It activated coastal defense systems and increased patrols by warships and maritime aircraft around zones designated as red rings in Moscow's military doctrine. Analysts suggest that Russia has deliberately chosen not to escalate or respond loudly. Instead, it appears to be applying a monitor and counterbalance strategy mirroring the US method of undersea deterrence. In parallel, Moscow has deepened military coordination with allies like China, Iran, and Belarus as part of a broader strategy to extend influence and counterbalance Western military pressure. For Russia, the primary concern is ensuring that the US does not cross any red lines areas deemed vital to national security. Its measured and calculated response reflects a strategy of tension management, signaling resolve, while avoiding direct conflict, at least for now. This could also explain why Russia remains composed in the face of nearby US nuclear submarine deployments, choosing caution and control over provocation. The Virginia-class submarine was conceived in the 1990s as a more cost-effective alternative to the Seawolf class, which at the time had an astronomical price tag of around $3 billion per unit, equivalent to about $9 billion today. By comparison, each Virginia-class submarine now costs roughly $4 billion, still a hefty investment, but considered more reasonable given the advanced combat capabilities it delivers. In terms of size, the Virginia-class measures about 140 meters in length and 10 meters in width, roughly the equivalent of 4 standard basketball courts laid end to end. If its internal volume were stacked vertically, it could hold up to 80 large buses. When compared to other legendary submarines, it far surpasses the German U-boats of World War II. In scale, is comparable in size to Russia's Aula class, yet remains significantly smaller than the Soviet-built Typhoon class, the largest nuclear submarine ever constructed. Within the modern U.S. Navy submarine fleet, the Virginia class is considered one of the most advanced and adaptable platforms in service. Though it doesn't fall under the Strategic Ballistic Missile Submarine SSBN category, it is a key part of the Fast Attack Submarine SSN force, playing a critical role across a variety of mission types. Its main roles include undersea warfare, engaging surface ships and enemy submarines, sub-hunting and elimination, which is vital to protecting America's strategic forces, gathering covert intelligence, supporting surveillance and tactical reconnaissance operations, special operations support, including the deployment of Navy SEALs into hostile or high-risk environments. On a technical level, each Virginia-class sub stretches 140 meters, displaces over 10,000 tons, and can dive to significant depths while reaching speeds up to 25 knots, about 46 kilometers each, or 28.7 mph. Powered by a cutting-edge nuclear reactor, these submarines can operate for virtually unlimited durations, restricted only by food supplies and the psychological endurance of the crew. With its quiet propulsion system, advanced weapons loadout, and versatile mission capabilities, the Virginia-class has become the Navy's premier attack platform. In the age of modern warfare, where information dominance and rapid response are decisive, the Virginia-class stands as a symbol of America's strategic grip on the ocean floor. Far beyond being just a combat machine, the Virginia-class submarine is designed with an optimized interior layout to ensure efficient operation, long-term underwater endurance, and a relatively livable environment for the crew. The internal space is divided into 5 main zones. Bow front section houses the advanced sonar array capable of detecting targets at long range. It also contains the Tomahawk missile launch tubes, which enable long-range precision strikes from beneath the ocean surface. Midsection. This area integrates the command and control center of the submarine. The sail conning tower is located here, serving as a visual and navigational post when the submarine surfaces. It also includes the torpedo room and key combat control systems. Living quarters. Designed for approximately 100 to 130 crew members, the living space, though limited, is smartly arranged to meet essential needs, such as dining, resting, and daily routines during long underwater missions. Technical compartment houses the submarine's electronic systems, processors, sensor arrays, and auxiliary control systems, all vital for maintaining stable operations and quick tactical response. Engine room and propulsion system. This section includes the nuclear reactor covered in detail, in Section 7 turbines, propellers, and steering systems. It is responsible for propulsion sound reduction and supporting stealth functionality. Overall, the interior design of the Virginia-class isn't solely about military performance, it also reflects meticulous planning to support seamless operation and crew functionality within the constraints of a closed, high-pressure environment. Virginia-class submarines are equipped with one of the most advanced nuclear propulsion systems in the world. At the core is a nuclear reactor that powers the entire vessel for extended periods without the need for refueling. This system operates on the principle of controlled nuclear fission. The reactor uses enriched uranium formed into fuel rods. When neutrons collide with uranium, nuclei fission reactions occur, releasing intense heat. A set of control rods regulates the number of neutrons to keep the reaction stable and safe. Coolant water is circulated around the reactor, absorbing the heat and converting it into high-pressure steam. That steam drives turbines, which turn the propellers, providing the submarine with propulsion, and generate electricity to power all onboard systems, electronic sensors, weapons, and life support. Key advantages of this system include extended operational time, up to 30 years without refueling, no emissions, enhancing stealth and reducing environmental trace, reliable performance, even in extreme depths and hostile environments. Thanks to this cutting-edge technology, Virginia-class submarines can remain submerged for months at a time, executing critical strategic missions without surfacing, silent, hidden, and ready to strike when called upon. The Virginia-class submarine is not only renowned for its stealth and versatility, but also for its vertical launch system (VLS), a high-tech feature that enables the launch of Tomahawk cruise missiles directly from beneath the ocean's surface with speed and pinpoint accuracy. The process of launching a Tomahawk missile from a submarine follows a tightly controlled and automated sequence. The submarine adjusts its position and rises to a pre-programmed launch depth optimal for missile deployment while still maintaining concealment from enemy detection systems. The launch tube cover opens, breaking the protective seal that isolates the missile from the external environment. This insulation ensures the missile's stability under deep-sea pressure. The missile is then ejected using compressed gas or hydraulic pressure, a measured force that propels the missile above the surface without generating shock waves, helping preserve the submarine's stealth. Once above water, the main engine ignites, initiating the missile's independent flight. The missile's wings unfold and its automated guidance system activates, relying on GPS signals, digital terrain maps, and onboard targeting sensors to navigate toward distant targets, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. This entire launch sequence occurs in a matter of seconds with minimal radar or acoustic trace, an enormous tactical advantage that allows for surprise strikes on enemy positions. Thanks to this cutting-edge launch capability, the Virginia-class becomes a formidable long-range strike asset, playing a critical role in expanding U.S. strategic influence across the globe. In addition to long-range cruise missiles, the Virginia-class submarine boasts one of the most advanced and adaptive torpedo systems currently deployed in undersea warfare. These torpedoes serve as primary weapons in missions involving anti-submarine warfare, ASW surface ship attacks, and self-defense in hostile underwater encounters. Key features of Virginia-class heavyweight torpedoes include wire-guided navigation. The torpedo is controlled in real time via a tethered guidance wire, allowing the submarine crew to manually adjust its path, dodge underwater obstacles, or switch targets mid-mission. Sonar-based targeting in terminal phase. As the torpedo approaches its target, control transitions to active or passive sonar, enabling automatic detection and locking even in environments with high electronic or acoustic interference. Smart re-engagement capability. If the torpedo misses its target on the first pass, it can autonomously reacquire and re-engage, increasing kill probability and reducing munitions waste in prolonged engagements. Massive destructive power. Armed with a powerful warhead, these torpedoes are designed to penetrate hulls and detonate beneath enemy vessels, creating a hydrodynamic shockwave that can completely destroy even large warships or submarines. Next-gen tech. Supercavitating torpedoes. Looking ahead, the U.S. Navy is developing supercavitating torpedoes capable of surrounding themselves with a gas bubble that drastically reduces drag in water. This allows them to reach extraordinary speeds far beyond conventional torpedoes. This breakthrough has the potential to redefine underwater warfare, offering a decisive edge in high-speed, high-stakes naval engagements. With such a lethal and sophisticated torpedo arsenal, the Virginia-class submarine stands as a formidable shield and spear fortifying the U.S. Navy's strategic posture beneath the waves. To effectively conduct combat operations, reconnaissance, and patrol missions, Virginia-class submarines require precise depth control and efficient navigation enabled by a combination of ballast systems and advanced hydrodynamic control surfaces. Dive surface mechanism. Ballast system. Explained ballasts are hollow tanks built along the submarine's hull, playing a vital role in diving and surfacing. They operate based on Archimedes' principle of buoyancy. When seawater is pumped into the ballast tanks, the submarine's overall weight increases. The vessel becomes heavier than the water and sinks. Conversely, when compressed air is injected into the tanks to expel the water, the sub becomes lighter. It rises to the surface. This entire process is automated, quick, and flexible, allowing real-time adjustment of depth, depending on mission needs, whether it's for combat stealth maneuvering or evasion. Navigation system, precision movement, underwater. To move accurately beneath the ocean. Virginia-class submarines rely on a combination of key control surfaces, rudder horizontal fin at the rear controls, turning left or right. Elevator vertical fin at the tail, controls ascent or descent adjusting depth. Bowplanes forward stabilizers, help maintain course and depth stability, especially useful when transitioning between dive arc surface modes or traveling at high speed. The coordination of these systems enables the submarine to move smoothly in any direction, remain undetected in complex undersea terrain, and maintain full combat readiness under all circumstances. The deployment of nuclear submarines today reflects a global strategy of deterrence, not aggression. Major powers are using these silent giants to preserve balance, not to ignite conflict. But here's the real question. Can peace truly be secured by relying on weapons of mass destruction? And if geopolitical tensions keep rising, will the line between deterrence and direct confrontation remain clear? What do you think about the role of nuclear submarines in modern global strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our latest military and strategic insights. And if you found this topic fascinating, share the video with friends who enjoy military analysis and global affairs.